Apartment building that collapsed in 1993 in Selangor when a landslide hit, killing more than 48 people with only a few survivors. This story is not about one of the most tragic events to have happened in Malaysia, but about a true story of what happened many years later. A group of thrill seekers had the idea of exploring the abandoned building. A guy named Kevin was one of the guys among the girl who planned the exploration. However, to explore a building that had so many lives lost, they needed to take precautionary measures before heading to the abandoned site. They sprinkled salt around the proximities of their houses, hoping it would protect them from any spirits that decide to follow them home. The second precautionary measure they took was the girl that followed them. She was hired by the group of friends to follow them to the abandoned site, as she claims to have the special sight, able to see what others cannot. Feeling prepared, they headed to the abandoned building during the late night, and upon reaching, the girl gave 4 warnings. The first warning: not all spirits are benevolent. Some may cause harm and danger to them or their families if followed home. The second warning: stay away from banana trees as they are infested with Pontianaks. The third warning: don't shine torchlights on the ceiling as that's where the Pontianaks hoard. And the fourth warning: don't shine torchlights into rooms as you may see that of which you would rather not. As they arrived at the abandoned place, they had to get past the blocked off entrance and walk through a short stretch of dense forest in the middle of the night. As they explored the building, they were sure not to break any of the rules they were told to follow. As they entered the building, they started taking pictures of the building, and immediately they saw a 7-foot-tall white figure that towered above them and then suddenly disappeared. The girl said it was a protector, protecting the group from unwanted spirits. And not long after they entered the building, they started hearing footsteps, which later turned to sounds of people talking and even to people screaming. Although they couldn't see anything, the sounds they heard did not stop. They thought someone else explored the building with them, but the sounds they heard were a lot more sinister than just people having fun. Their feelings grew stronger as they started feeling cold spots and feelings of being watched and even stared down upon. After over an hour had passed, when they felt they had enough and wanted to head home, they walked towards their car, leaving the building and only needing to get past the forest. But the girl said something that made all of them stop. "Someone's waiting for you at the car." It freaked them out, and they all had their hearts racing. The one thing they didn't want was to be followed home, and it seems like it was going to happen. The girl told them to pray very hard, so they kept walking towards their car. As they arrived at their car, they didn't see anything and just entered the car as fast as they could, leaving the site immediately. As they drove off, the girl told them that it couldn't follow them anymore and was glaring at the car as it watched them drove off. Thinking it was over, they headed to one of their friends' condominium to send one of them home. As they arrived at the condominium, they parked close to the lift where the girl said once more, "There's a spirit waiting for you at the lift." They turned and looked at the lift and saw the lift was left wide open with no one around, and strangely as it is, lifts would usually close after a short moment in time, but this one did not. They prayed fervently for their lives, which seemed to pay off as they managed to make it back home safely with no disturbances from the supernatural. I am skeptical when it comes to people that claim they have the special sight, but it does make me wonder if there are truly some of us who can see that, of which others may not. Are you a seer? This is Wise Defies, and this is another Storytime episode. Thanks for watching.